minus 2x. So these are the x variables. Then you're gonna put 4y squared minus 16y. Alright, you're gonna subtract 1 on both sides, so you're gonna end up with a negative 1. Do you see that, Oliver? No, because the coefficient of y squared is 4. You have to factor out the 4. Because when you're doing completing the square, the coefficient of a must be 1. So you're going to have x squared minus 2x plus 4 times y squared minus 4y is equal to negative 1. Because we divided 2 by 4. 4 times y squared would give you y squared. Positive 4 times negative 6, you'll get a negative 4y. See that? Now we can make it in a perfect square because the coefficient of this is 1. The coefficient of that is also 1. You're going to divide this by 2 and square it. When I divide it by 2, I'm going to get negative 1. So I'm going to have x squared minus 2x plus negative 1 squared. So this is now a perfect square. So I divided this by 2 plus 4 times y squared. I have to divide this by 2 and square it to find
that's
c.
what I did. I only took a shortcut.
So you're going to have negative 4y plus negative 2 squared is equal to negative 1. But anything that you had on the right hand side, you're going to add negative 1 times negative 1 give you 1. So you have to add positive 1 over here. Alright, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, but it's 4 times 4. So you're going to add 16.
So it's
not 4, 16, because it's 4 times 4. So now you have a perfect square. You're going to have x minus 1 square it plus 4 times y minus 2 square it is equal to 16. Because negative 1 plus 1 is gone plus 16. But remember, with an ellipse, it is x minus h all squared over a squared or b squared, whatever, and it must be equal to 1. Since we have 16, we have to divide all of these by 16. So we are going to divide this by 16. We're going to divide this by 16. We're going to divide that by 16.
That's exactly what I did. I only have to get shortcut here. Look, it's exactly what I'm getting.
Yes, I'll allow you to finish, but this part, the coefficient part, you have to finish it up. So you divide this by 16, right? Continue working. But make sure that when you're doing completing the square, you put all the x variable together, all the y variable together, because your main intention is to make this a perfect square. Okay? Continue, please.
So we're back on track with Professor Oliver.
Alright, so from there, continuing from there, I'm like kind of like rewriting.
But when you make it simple, you have to make it. And the expert
16 plus
do you really understand?
4 here.
Okay, let me go.
2 squared. And because what's divided by 16 is a 4 here.
Put the 16, right? 16 is. Put the 16, write it back is equal to 16 upon 16. Then you break it down. Please remember that when you're in exam, in your AP exam, you're not going to mark for answers. Put the 16 back. Right? It's equal to 1. Yes, that's what I had.
Okay, so same thing.
16 over 16. So
okay,
rewrite.
Now, again, this one
should be
1 squared 16. Stays the same here.
4x.
And
4x. On.
Sorry.
The 4 is going to cancel with the 16
yeah.
4. So why are you writing it back?
X plus.
It's just going to be 1.
It will be 4 here. Below,
Yes, but
like
why are you writing back the 4?
No, I'll cancel it out later.
This was.
You have already repeated, so why are you writing it back?
Half of this, so it's 8.
Could you erase that section, please?
Yeah, 8.
So it's going to be y minus 2 all squared over 4.
You see? What about the...
Is equal to 1. So it's now in the ellipse form.
This
Yes.
is this, right?
And from that, we can see the center, just -1 here, so it will be +1. And it's -2 here, so it will be +2.
Is it
Wait,
the
wait.
same?
Yeah.
The most bullcrap answer I ever heard.
And when you wanna do square, it's gonna be x.
It's your grade you're playing with.
Half of
Oh,
this.
I'm not playing. And
Okay.
so from that, we can work on A2, 16,
Then
which is 16.
So
It's
you divide it.
underneath the
Yeah.
X
where
there.
we go? Here.
I'm sorry.
You said divided by 49, right? Everything you do
And so
this
A
side
is
you do
equal
this
to
side.
4.
So it's all divided by 4.
B2
It's
equal
49.
to 4. So B is equal
Then you can do it, right? Can you?
to 2. Alright, everyone comprehending so far?
Wait, yes.
Okay. And then we do we find
What is
C2.
it?
Find C2
So you can't divide
which is
this
16
completely, right? Because
minus 16 minus
49.
4. A2 minus
you can
B2,
put 4, but you can't do.
which happens to be
You
12.
can just do A.
And so we can say that
you
that
can
is
divide
equal
it
to
fully, right?
2.
So if you can't do it, then just put
Alrighty.
49
And
over 4.
then
Because
we
this
can do
means
the
49 divided
finding the
by
major
4.
and the minors.
Like this.
And finding the major and the minor, we do the 2A and the 2B thingy. And so,
Yeah.
just give me a second.
It's the same thing, right?
The
You
major,
can't divide it. You see, it's the same.
8,
So that you wrote it. It's a circle.
yeah.
Then this
Oh,
and this
that's
is the
the
same.
minor.
There is no
That looks like a
A
mess.
is equal B.
So it would be
Not
4.
A is bigger than B. So that means it's circle. The one
Is it
with the
minor
center.
and major? What are those things? Is it minor axis or major axis? Are you referring to axis or
Oh.
you're referring
Axis.
to
Over 2.
Okay, you're talking about the axes. Okay.
And
0.
Okay.
correct.
And on my question, you also needed to
Are you
find the
I think
x
this is
and
the
y
last part.
intercepts. So we'll be finding the x and y intercepts next. Yeah. Okay. So to find the x and y intercepts. Wait, can you see the question?
It's the same. I'm serious. It's the same.
Okay. I'm gonna make a little bit of a shortcut.
First,
Ah,
put it together.
Credit.
Yeah.
9
Plus 2,
squared. Minus
16. This is the x-intercept I'm working on. And so x minus 1 squared is equal to 0.
Oh,
Just
And so yeah,
organize it.
x
so
is equal to 1.
Then put the one.
And then for y-intercept,
Why one?
What happens to
Okay, continue.
no, I just shorten it out a bit.
Then, remember?
And then for
We
y,
only want x
we
squared, right?
go
9 x
1 plus
squared minus
y
Nine
minus 2,
times what is
which is equal to 2. And 1 plus 2 is equal to 16.
6.
And so y minus 2
and right? Then what's
will be,
So-
so this
Oh,
1
it's 4.
here will be negative 1 there, so it will be 15.
1
And 2 will be 4, so it will be
4 times
15 over 4.
equal to
Correct, so 4. And
remember?
yeah, so we can safely say that y is equal to
minus
2
hard.
plus 15
Write
over
the same
2.
thing. Write the same thing.
Is correct, Miss Wilson?
You tell me.
Yeah, it's correct.
Whenever you have a square root sign and you want to get rid of the square root, you have to square both sides.
This
So it
is
will be y minus
What
2
is
is
half
equal
of
to
6?
root 15.
Three.
So y would be equal to root 15 minus
Three.
2. Whenever you have a square sign, you do the opposite, just like when you have plus and minus. So in this situation, I don't know where these things come from, but they appear from somewhere, I don't know. Whenever you have square, you do the opposite to get rid of it. So you would have to find the square root. So it's y minus 2 is equal to root 15. That's how you get rid of the square. You find the square root. So y would be equal to the square root of 15 plus 2. Because you have to add 2 on both sides to make y the subject. It is completely different from what you're saying. Right here, I don't know where you have arrived these answers from. I don't know where they came from. But I'm only correcting you in this aspect. That whenever you have a square root sign, you do the opposite. The opposite of square is square root. So to get rid of this square, you would have to find the square root. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Thank you.
9 times 9 plus 4 times
You made it.